president who understands the importance of bringing us together, and we have so much more in common than what separates
See,
to be for all Americans.
Will have nothing to do, as you know, and as she knows better than anyone, have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together. They came up with some ideas. I guess some good, some bad, but it makes no difference. I have nothing to do. Everybody knows I'm an open book. Everybody knows what I've been doing. Cut taxes very substantially and create a great economy like I did before. We had the greatest economy. Well, hit with a pandemic.
rich people
Pandemic was not since 1917. Well,
All right.
it's as a
Mine.
we did a phenomenal job with the pandemic. We handed them over a country where the economy and where the stock market was higher than it was before the pandemic came in. Nobody's ever seen anything like it.
No,
We ventilators in the entire world. We got gowns, we got masks, we did things that nobody thought possible. And most might be credit for recruiting your military. They give me credit for all of the things, but not enough credit for the great job we did with the pandemic. But the only jobs they got were bounce back jobs. These
this is what that was that.
black, and black, yeah. Was everybody else? I suppose the person.
Yeah. Still say the black.
And when you look at his economic plan, it's all about tax breaks for the richest people. I am offering what I describe as an opportunity economy, and the best economists in our country, if not the world, have reviewed our relative plans for the future of America. What Goldman Sachs has said is that Donald Trump's plan would make the economy worse. Mine would strengthen the economy. What the Wharton School has said is Donald Trump's
Said what you did, you look bad.
described his economic plan as something that would increase inflation and by the middle of next year would invite a recession. You just have to look at where we are and where we stand on the issues. And I'd invite you to know that Donald Trump actually has no plan for you because he is more interested in
He's
defending
waiting.
himself
I mean,
than he is in
she's waiting for him to call her next. He would say
The
that.
work school of finance, and many of those professors, the top professors, think my plan is a brilliant plan. It's a great plan. It's a plan that's going to bring up our work, our value as a country. It's going to make people want to be able to go and work, create jobs, and create a lot of good, solid money for our country. And just to finish off, she doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences, like run, stop, run. 4 sentences that are just, oh, we'll try and lower taxes. She doesn't have a plan. Take a look at the plan. She doesn't have a plan.
Mr. President, I do want to drill down on something Paul brought up. The Vice President brought up how tariffs responded, and let's drill down on this because your plan is what she
Controversies from every time, bro. Don't know why.
said that you might double your plan. Was it tariffs up to 20% of goods coming into this country? As you know, many economists say that the tariffs at that level costs are then passed on to the consumer. Vice President Harris has argued it'll be higher prices on gas, food, clothing, medication, arguing it costs a typical family nearly $4,000. Do you believe Americans can afford higher prices because of tariffs?
It's not going to have higher prices. What's going to have, and who's going to have higher prices is China and all of the countries that have been ripping us off for years. I was the only person.
So much stealing. That's actually crazy.
And if she doesn't like them, they should have gone out and they should have immediately cut the tariffs. But those tariffs are there 3.5 years now under their administration. We are going to take in billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars. I had no inflation, virtually no inflation. They had the highest inflation perhaps in the history of our country because I've never seen a worse period of time. People can't go out and buy cereal or bacon or eggs or anything else. The people of our country are absolutely dying with what they've done. They've destroyed the economy. And all you have to do is look at it. The polls say 80 and 85, even 90% that the Trump economy was great, that their economy was terrible.
Vice President Harris said, "You want to ask for your response?" The president said that because the Biden administration did keep a number of the Trump tariffs in place. So how to respond?
Well, let's be clear that the Trump administration resulted in a trade deficit, one of the highest we've ever seen in the history of America. He invited trade wars. You want to talk about his deal with China? What he ended up doing is under Donald Trump's presidency, he ended up selling American chips to China to help them improve and modernize their military. Basically, sold us out. When a policy about China should be in making sure the United States of America wins the competition for the 21st century, which means focusing on the details of what that requires, focusing on relationships with our allies, focusing on investing in American based technology so that we win the race on AI, on quantum computing, focusing on what we need to do to support America's workforce so that we don't end up having that on the short end of the stick in terms of workers' rights. But what Donald Trump did, let's talk about this, with COVID, is he actually thanked President Xi for what he did during COVID. Look at his tweet. Thank you, President Xi, exclamation point, when we know that Xi was responsible for lacking and not giving us transparency about the origins of COVID.
First of all, they bought the chips from Taiwan. We hardly make chips anymore because of philosophies like they have and policies like they have. I don't say her because she has no policy. Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window. She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat. She's gone to my philosophy. But if she ever got elected, she'd change it. And it will be the end of our country. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics, and he taught her well. But when you look at what she's done to our country, and when you look at these millions and millions of people who are coming into our country monthly, where it's, I believe, 21 million people, not the 15 that people say, and I think it's a lot higher than the 21. That's bigger than New York State, Oregon, and just look at what they're doing to our country. They're criminals. Many of these people coming in are criminals. And that's bad for our economy, too. You know, you mentioned before, we'll talk about immigration later. Well, bad immigration is the worst thing that can happen to our economy.
They were born on immigration.
Just
Who came from Africa?
country with blessing. That's insane.
All in was
Policy that you say
his wife. He was using. We was not.
And to the issue of abortion,
Still not there. Okay, all right.
last year who said that we're proud to be the most pro-life president in American history. Then last month, who said that your administration would be great for women and their reproductive rights. And I'm saying that Florida, you surprised many with regard to your 6-week abortion ban, because you initially had said that it was too short. And you said, well, I'm going to be voting that it be more than 6 weeks. But then the very next day, you were first and said we would vote to support the 6-week ban. Vice President Harris says that women shouldn't trust you on the issue of abortion because you've changed your position so many times. Therefore, why should they trust
The
you?
reason I'm doing that vote is because the plan is, as you know, the vote is they have abortion in the 9th month. It even happened, you can look at the governor of West Virginia, the previous governor of West Virginia, not the current governor, is doing an excellent job. But the governor before, he said the baby will be born and we will decide what to do with the baby. In other words, we'll execute the baby. And that's why I did that, because that predominates, because they're radical. The Democrats are radical in that. And her vice presidential pick, which I think is a horrible pick, by the way, for our country, because he is really out of it. But her vice presidential pick says abortion in the 9th month is absolutely fine. He also says execution after birth. It's an execution, no longer abortion, because the baby is born. He's okay. And that's not okay with me. Hence the vote.
Still loading. Still loading.
Each of the states. And through the
For some reason,
genius and
my eyes are feeling heavy. For no reason at all.
for rape, incest, and life of the month. I believe strongly in it. Ronald Reagan did also. 85% of Republicans did. Exceptions. Very important. But we were able to get it, and now states are voting on it. And for the first time, you're going to see, look, this is an issue that's torn our country apart for 52 years. Every legal scholar, Every Democrat, every Republican, liberal, conservative, they all wanted this issue to be brought back to the states for the people to vote. And that's what happened. Now, Ohio, the vote was somewhat liberal. Kansas, the vote was somewhat liberal, much more liberal than people would have thought. But each individual state is voting. It's the vote of the people now. It's not tied up in the federal government. I did a great service in doing it. It took courage to do it. And the Supreme Court had great courage in doing it. And I give tremendous credit to those 6 justices.
There is no state that was literally this legal utility after it's born. Kind of vice president wanted in response to the president.
Well, as I said, you're going to hear a bunch of lies, and that's not actually a surprising fact. Let's understand how we got here. Donald Trump hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade. And they did exactly as he intended. And now in over 20 states, there are Trump abortion bans, which make it criminal for a doctor or nurse to provide health care. In one state, it provides prison for life. Trump abortion bans that make no exception even for rape and incest, which understand what that means. A survivor of a crime, a violation to their body, does not have the right to make a decision about what happens to their body next. That is immoral. And one does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree. The government, and Donald Trump certainly, should not be telling a woman what to do with her body. I have talked with women around our country. You want to talk about this is what people wanted? Pregnant women who want to carry a pregnancy to term, suffering from a miscarriage, being denied care in an emergency room because their healthcare providers are afraid they might go to jail, and she's bleeding out in a car in the parking lot. She didn't want that. Her husband didn't want that. A 12 or 13-year-old survivor of incest being forced to carry a pregnancy to term. They don't want that. And I pledge to you, when Congress passes a bill to put back in place the protections of Roe v. Wade, as President of the United States, I will proudly sign it into law. But understand, if Donald Trump were to be reelected, he will sign a national abortion ban. Understand, in his Project 2025, there would be a national abortion, a monitor that would be monitoring your pregnancies, your miscarriages. I think the American people believe that certain freedoms, in particular the freedom to make decisions about one's own body, should not be made by the government.
Thank you, Vice President Harris.
Well, that's because again, it's a lie. I'm not signing a ban, and there's no reason to sign a ban because we got what everybody wanted. Democrats, Republicans, and everybody else, and every legal scholar wanted it to be brought back into the states, and the states are voting. It may take a little time, but for 52 years, this issue has torn our country apart, and they wanted it back in the states. And I did something that nobody thought was possible. The states are now voting. What she says is an absolute lie. And as far as the abortion ban, no, I'm not in favor of abortion ban, but it doesn't matter because this issue has now been taken over by the states.
Would you veto on that national abortion ban?
That's already.
She said she'll never get the vote. It's impossible for her to get the vote, especially now with the 50-50, essentially 50-50 in both Senate and the House. She's not going to get the vote. She can't get the vote. She won't even come close to it. So it's
This is why I turned it off. Because it's a war about it.
student loans. And then
I'm not talking about abortion. I'm not talking about student loan.
she spends all this time on the beach. But look, her boss went out and said, we'll do it again. We'll do it a different way. He went out, got rejected again by the Supreme Court. So all these students got taunted with this whole thing about this whole idea. And how unfair that would have been.
So he's trying to fix for the bank to come from here.
Millions of people that had to pay off their student loans, they didn't get it for free. But they were saying it's the same way that they talked about that they talk about abortion.
If I could just get a yes or no, because you're with Jacob Vance, they said they would veto if it did answer that.
Well, I did discuss it with J.D. Northern, and I sit with you, but I think it's bigger. But I really did. You don't have to distress her because she'd never be able to get it, just like she couldn't get student loans. They couldn't get student loans. They didn't even come close to getting student loans. They taunted young people and a lot of other people that had loans. They can never get this approved. So it doesn't matter what she says about going to Congress. So wonderful. Let's go to Congress, do it. But the fact is that for years they wanted to get it out of Congress and out of the federal government. And we did something that everybody said couldn't be done. And now you have 4 million people on abortion.
Some time to respond, but I do want to ask, would you support any restrictions on women's right to abortion?
I absolutely support reinstating protections for Roe v. Wade. And as you rightly mentioned, nowhere in America is a woman carrying a pregnancy to term and asking for an abortion. That is not something, it's insulting to the women of America. And understand what has been happening under Donald Trump's abortion bans. Couples who pray and dream of having a family are being denied IVF treatments. What is happening in our country? Working people, working women who are working 1 or 2 jobs, who can barely afford childcare as it is, have to travel to another state to get on a plane sitting next to strangers to go and get the health care she needs. Barely can afford to do it, and what you are putting her through is unconscionable. And the people of America have not, the majority of Americans believe in a woman's right to make decisions about her own body, and that is why in every state where this issue is states vote, the people of America have voted for freedom.
Vice President.
Excuse me, I have to respond. Another line. To another line. I have been a leader on IVF, which is fertilization. IVF, I have been a leader. In fact, when they got a very negative decision on IVF from the Alabama courts, and so the people of Alabama and the legislature 2 days later voted it in. I've been a leader on it. They know that, and everybody else knows it. I have been a leader on fertilization IVF. And the other thing, you should ask, will she allow abortion in the 8th month, 9th month, 7th month? Okay, would you do that? Why don't you just
Why don't you
answer the question?
Would you
Because the rule
answer the question to me?
you to do abortions in the 7th month, the 8th month, the 9th month, and probably after birth. Just look at the former governor of Virginia. The governor of Virginia said we put the baby aside and then we determine what we want to do with the baby.
We're going to turn now to immigration and border security. We know it's an issue that's important to Republicans, Democrats, voters across the board in this country. Vice President Harris, you were tasked by President Biden getting to the root causes of migration from Central America. We know that illegal border crossings reached a record high in the Biden administration. This past June, President Biden imposed tough new asylum restrictions. We know the numbers since then have dropped significantly. But my question to you tonight is, why did the administration wait until 6 months before the election to act? And would you have done anything different for President Biden on this?
So I'm the only person on this stage who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. And let me say that the United States Congress, including some of the most conservative members of the United States Senate, came up with a border security bill, which I supported. And that bill would have put 1,500 more border agents on the border to help those folks who are working there right now overtime, trying to do their job. It would have allowed us to stem the flow of fentanyl coming into the United States. I know there are so many families watching tonight who have been personally affected by the surge of fentanyl in our country. That bill would have put more resources to allow us to prosecute transnational criminal organizations for trafficking in guns, drugs, and human beings. But you know what happened to that bill? Donald Trump got on the phone, called up some folks in Congress, and said, kill the bill. And you know why? Because he preferred to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. And understand, this comes at a time where the people of our country actually need a leader who engages in solutions, who actually addresses the problems at hand. But what we have in the former president is someone who would prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. And I'll tell you something, he's going to talk about immigration tonight, even when it's not the subject that is being raised. And I'm going to actually do something really unusual, and I'm going to invite you to attend one of Donald Trump's rallies because it's a really interesting watch. You will see during the course of his rallies, he talks about
All right. That's good.
cancer. And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom. And I will tell you, the one thing we will not hear him talk about is you. You will not hear him talk about your needs, your dreams, and your desires. And I'll tell you, I believe you deserve a president who actually puts you first. And I pledge to you now.
So the thousands of agents and officers everywhere.
What in the world? Why did that just?
And the people are going to do that. She's busting in there and paying them to be there, and then showing them in a different light. So she can't talk about that. People don't leave my rallies. They're the biggest rallies, the most incredible rallies in the history of politics. That's because people want to take their country back. Our country is being lost. We're a failing nation. And it happened 3.5 years ago. And what's going on here, you can end up in World War III, just to go to another subject. What they have done to our country by allowing these millions and millions of people to come into our country, and look at what's happening to the towns all over the United States. And a lot of towns don't want to talk, not going to be Aurora or Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that lived there. And this is what's happening. As far as rallies are concerned, as far as the reason they want to bring our country back. They want to make America great again. It's a very simple phrase, make America great again. She's destroying this country. And if she becomes president, this country doesn't have a chance of success. Not only success, will end up being Venezuela on steroids.
I just want to clarify here, you bring up Springfield, Ohio, and ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there had been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the government. Even the honest people are telling us, just saying here, this is the
my dog was taken and used for food. So maybe he said that, and maybe that's a good thing to say for a city manager. I'm not telling you the people on television saying that was eaten by the people that went there.
Again, it's great for the city manager, it's just there's no evidence of that. But I suppose the virus, I'll let you respond to the rest of it.
It's not the facts, right? This is, I think, one of the reasons why in this election, I actually have the endorsement of 200 Republicans who had formerly worked with President Bush, Mitt Romney, and John McCain, including the endorsement of former Vice President Dick Cheney and Congress member Liz Cheney. And if you want to really know the inside track on who the former president is, if you didn't make it clear already, just ask people who have worked with him. His former chief of staff, of course, said he has contempt for the Constitution.
He's there, so they eating dogs and cats from Springfield.
Dangerous and unsuspicious.
It's been looking at too much for Simpson. They eat dogs and cats in Springfield. I don't understand it either. I don't. It's not for us to understand. You just gotta let them talk. She had to laugh at that. You saw her, they all laugh. Keep looking.
Most of those
Yes, it's entertaining. And do the comic relief for us. Understand how dumb this man is. This man is dumb. This man is
will just kill
this comic relief. And you got to vote on one of them. Good for you. Check it this year.
because
You're voting for the first time this year.
situations anyone has ever seen. So what's the man's bad?
No, he wasn't in that year. Yeah.
So that's important.
That was 4 years.
This would be
They love the pet in Springfield.
they've done such a
Springfield. The Simpsons. The Simpsons, Springfield, Illinois, the dog, that, Homer Simpson is eating his dog and his cat on, aren't you?
Just to finish, I have more votes. Street by far. In fact, I got more votes than any president, city president, in history by far. Dr. Grant,
I mean, this is what we need. I mean, just look at them. Common Grant, this was
History.
It's funny though.
National Guard.
You look at Bluey in there. I'm you know, this is just imagine this Bluey.
How much is the correct lesson on Dusty Decimate? I believe that number is much higher. Take us through this. What does this look like? The authorities before authorities in this country?
He's a little behind me.
It is much higher.
Because you watching on
They
TV.
allow criminals.
Yeah.
They allow terrorists. They allow.
Gone, take me, girl. I'll tell you about the red light.
Countries like that.
Look, your brother got his glasses on. Let's see him.
Crime
Peace.
Venezuela and China, countries all
Over there,
See
his
this
glasses.
stupid glare from the lights, bro. The stupid glare, bro. I see it on the phone.
What?
The little lines coming out of the lights.
I think they.
I have it on my other glasses too, and it's weird. I
But
don't
you can
think
clean them.
I like it with. I like it with my pants. I like it with my shirt. I like it with my.
No, you can go get a linen. Yeah, from like glass.
That's
Yeah,
good.
Walmart. They sell them in boxes.
That's good to know.
Well, all right. So go to Blue. Love you.
Get off the phone.
Your food back there. It is so cute and blue. One blue each and the rest of blue. I don't understand. What the rest of the blue?
The first. They didn't get to it.
It's not huge. You don't need them all. You got them though. You got blue on the bed in there.
They said they green turn.
No, what bed?
Well, I think this is so rich. Coming from someone
Body.
or national security funds, economic funds, election interference has been found.
That's country.
That's
It's
big.
from Springfield.
Interference is in November at his own criminal sentencing. And let's be clear where each person stands on the issue of what is important about respect for the rule of law.
Them sitting here waiting 25 years. The short supply or any weapons. It's darts. And like this is the easiest one too. But yeah, it's no one wants to get free money. And
It's of the American people.
grab free money and do what's free money and all that stuff. Or sit there and look stupid.
Take my time for it.
It's clean and get money.
This is the start.
What am I doing? I don't see a problem.
We saw that with the decision that came down just recently from the Supreme Court. I'm winning most of them. But those are cases, it's called weaponization. Never happened in this country.
What? I hate that this thing keeps falling, bro.
Was it the Attorney General New York and the DA New York, every one of those cases. And then they said, oh, he's a criminal. They're the ones that made them go after me. By the way, Joe Biden was found essentially guilty on the documents case. Now, what happened in my documents case? They said, oh, that's the toughest of the war. A complete and total victory. 2 months ago, it was thrown out. It's weaponization, and they used it, and it's never happened in this country. They used it to try and win an election. They're fake cases.
Well, let's talk about extreme and understand the context in which this election in 2024 is taking place. The United States Supreme Court recently ruled that the former president would essentially be immune from any misconduct if he were.
I don't care if it's to a business battle or whatever. Let me do my stuff. I caught a request. I meant to do it. I meant to say set. This doesn't even work that. Hello? You should actually be gone, stupid.
If Donald Trump were back to
Alright. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Turn around, try for my time.
Yeah, it's just the one that weaponized, not me. She weaponized. And probably took a bullet to the head because of the things that
No, don't blame that on nobody else, but that was a Republican that did it. So how you gonna blame that on somebody else?
Sure, investigation.
Yo, what in the world? Why is the music playing? Why did the music just start playing for no reason? I know I did that one.
Why have so many policies?
at least every point that you've made, but in particular, let's talk about fracking because we're here in Pennsylvania. I made that very clear in 2020. I will not ban fracking. I have not banned fracking as Vice President of the United States, and in fact, I was the tie-breaking vote on the Inflation Reduction Act, which opened new leases for fracking. My position is that we have got to invest in diverse sources of energy so we reduce our reliance on foreign oil. We have had the largest increase in domestic oil production in history because of an approach that recognizes that we cannot over-rely on foreign oil. As it relates to my values, let me tell you, I grew up a middle-class kid raised by a hardworking mother who worked and saved and was able to buy our first home when I was a teenager. The values I bring to the importance of home ownership, knowing not everybody got handed $400 million on a silver platter and then filed bankruptcy 6 times, is a value that I bring to my work to say we are going to work with the private sector and home builders to increase 3 million homes, increase by 3 million homes by the end of my first term. My work that is related to having a friend when I was in high school who was sexually assaulted by her stepfather. And my focus then on protecting women and children from violent crime is based on a value that is deeply grounded in the importance of standing up for those who are most vulnerable. My work that is about protecting Social Security and Medicare is based on long-standing work that I have done, protecting seniors from scams. My values have not changed. And what is important is that there is a president who actually brings value.
Oh, you're kidding.
People up and not beating people down and name calling. The true measure of the leader is the leader who actually understands the strength is not in beating people down, but it's in lifting people up. I intend to be that president. President Trump.
Well, first of all, I wasn't given $400 million. I wish I was. My father was a Brooklyn builder, Brooklyn Queens. I had a great father, and I learned a lot from him. But I was given a fraction of that, a tiny fraction, and I built it into many, many billions of dollars, many, many billions. And when people see, they are.
Oh, she just set me up. It be your own people, bro. I swear, it be your own people. What up?
And everybody's laughing at it. Okay, they're all laughing at it. She gave up.
Ringleader is spider tattoo.
Is that sample version? She went out.
Spider
She
tattoo.
went out. So killed people and burned down Minneapolis. She got out of French Quarter and get around in jail. She had
That's how.
Get going! If the intel we gained from the laptop in the lockbox was
Isn't
correct,
it?
Avon's team had the
No, that's
Conjali
wrong.
stealth tank at the Black Ops test site in Grand Sonora. Save peoples. This is very dangerous weapon. It's a
I
very
can't.
dangerous hand.
I can't move.
We don't like any American have
I
this
can't
thing.
move.
Particularly not American AI though. Us Russians, we
Is this
don't
one mine?
understand. If we build tank, we want large,
No,
scary
it's
tank.
not mine.
You
What
see
the?
from
This one
miles
is
away
mine.
when we drive in procession through
Oh.
city with our missiles and our armies and our tanks.
No, why is it missing? Why is it missing? Why is it missing?
This tank is black and sneaky looking. We don't trust this tank at all.
There we go. What the heck?
Creepy computer made by creepy man trying to control world weather.
Ghost action from the game. Why is this car faster than that?
Avon's people are working on
Alright,
the tank that's
alright,
test-sited.
alright.
If Clifford
Nice.
can use a stealth tank to wipe out humanity, he can use stealth cars, trucks, and bikes as well.
To go back to the store. They need a home
Is
desk.
the game lagging? It is. Of course it is. There's no way I don't catch up to him, right? We're in the same car. There's no way, right?
And I want to talk about the school strategy. Most of all, most of the cops, the world president, in a moment of crisis. Mr. President, I
What in the world? What? What in the world? What in the...
Aides and members of Green State watched him unfold on television off the Oval Office. He did send out tweets, but it was more than 2 hours to send out that good message.
So in theory, I should be able to catch up to him. Which I kind of have.
We need to go in quick and hit him hard.
Isn't that what
Coordinated attack,
peacefully
you know,
and
show force,
patriotically I said
wipe
during
out
my
and
speech,
destroy
not
all their
later on.
research.
Peacefully
Okay?
and
Yeah,
patriotically.
good.
And nobody on the other side was killed. Ashley Babbitt was shot by an out of
Okay, here we
control
go.
police
Objective
officer.
And now I have no idea where I'm going. Nice. Alright.
Objective 2, get the tank. I don't think any of us want Clifford's murderous AI drones to be invisible too, so let's clean this whole place out. Let's wipe all that shit off the table. We're being paid to stop Avon, so let's stop him. Plus, creepy as it is, I kinda like a stealth tank. We could use it against Clifford, or sell it to a violent sex offender to use in a music video. If you see it, you can smash it.
What are these people from countries all
I haven't even gotten out my car yet. That's actions.
and driving into down on president? It's not those children. What are those people going to be prosecuted? What are the people that burned down Minneapolis going to be prosecuted? Well, in Seattle, in Seattle, they took the night to 17 cities.
I just bought body armor yesterday. Oh yeah, they're lying. Where's my gun? What? Yeah. Yeah, this thing already just being a blessing towards me.
Speech. I showed up for a speech. I said, I think it's going to be good. I went to Nancy Pelosi and the mayor of Washington, D.C. And the mayor put it back in hiding.
Correct. Bro, can you like get out of the way? Can you get out of the actually right?
10,000 extra welcome soldiers. They rejected it. Nancy Pelosi rejected it. It was just 2 weeks ago. Her daughter has a tape of her saying she is fully responsible for what happened. They want to get rid of that tape. It would have never happened if Nancy Pelosi and the mayor of Washington. I wasn't responsible for it. Nancy Pelosi. She didn't do the
Research and development off against business tax.
I was at that moment. I was the vice president-elect. I was also that there. And on that day, the President of the United States incited a violent mob to attack our nation's capital, desecrate our nation's capital. On that day, 100 law enforcement officers were injured, and some died. And understand, the former president has been indicted and impeached for exactly that. But this is not an isolated situation. Let's remember,
We need it out intact.
there was a mob of people carrying tiki torches, spewing anti-Semitic hate, And what did President then at the time say? You'll find people on each side. Let's remember. And when it came to the Cowboys,
There, that's the Kajabi. Everyone
the
in
former
the tank.
president stand back
Tank's
and
got a
stand
real
up.
gun, a remote machine
So for
gun, and remote producing
Oh.
robots. It's a killing machine.
Oh my gosh, bro. Okay, bet.
And if that was a Christian one, there is a place in our campaign.
Give me something good. Oh yeah.
You got it. Now get your team on board and get out of there.
You were there, bro.
And to end the
They're gonna do everything they can to try and stop you, so go, 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 go.
You don't want the outcome.
Bring the tank to the truck.
All that.
Use the tracks on that thing. Take it off-road.
Has said in this election, there will be elected. If this and the outcome of this election is not, let's turn the page on this. Let's not go back. Let's chart a course for the future and not backwards again.
Down those holes. They can't get the tank back.
A different journey related to energy. The energy storage or energy business. That was very what that question. Also, Charles that story has been as you can say, Laura England, Sean Hannity, Jesse, all of these people, they covered it. If they go an extra sentence, they will see it was perfect. Because he pumped in almost every newspaper, but they still bring it up just like they bring 2025 up. They bring all of the stuff up. I asked you that you talk about that. Why are we allowing these minions of people to come through on me? So, she said, and I'll tell you what I would do, and I would be very proud to do. I would say, go lead this debate right now. I'd like to see her go down.
Is that another tank on the runway?
Come on, get to the truck.
She's been so bad, so ridiculous. Go down to Washington, D.C. and let her sign a bill that throws up the floor. Because they have to wait for the people. They have to wait for the president of the United States. You get him in the bed, pick him up and close off together and say, come down to the office, let's sign a bill. If he signs a bill that the border is closed, so he has to do say the border is phenomenal. They did that, the border is closed. Because those people are killing many people, unlike J6.
We talked immigration here today. Focus on this message. It's a little princess. It's truth. He's talked to Mr. President for 3.5 years after Walsh in the 2020 election. Forgive me, false executive. Well, I've heard many times say,
Just say it all the way.
you lost my Mr. Sure. Are you now acknowledging that you lost it?
I'm saying that sarcastically because we said, oh, most violence. I said sarcastically. There's so much food. You should have sent it back to the legislatures for approval. I get almost 75 million votes, the most votes any sitting president has ever gotten. I was told that I got 63, which was what I got in 2016. It can't be me. The election, we should never be thinking about an election this so we need to fix. We need laws. We have to have it. We have to have borders, and we have to have good elections. Our elections are bad. It's coming in
It'll be my
to get them to vote. They can't even speak English.
It'll be my which one?
And these people are trying to get them
Those
to
for
vote.
groceries.
That's why they're allowing them to come into it.
I think watch. This is a video. I didn't detect the sarcasm. Lost my whisper. Didn't make it. You should just play out your clarification, and you know this. You and your mom 60 fixes. Many of those.
So they said you need to standing. That's the other thing. They said we didn't have standing. A technicality. Can you imagine a system where a person in an election doesn't have standing? The president of the United States doesn't have standing. That's how we
You got it, boy?
the humor at the concert. Love that thing. Do a special on it. I'll show you Georgia, and I'll show you Wisconsin, and I'll show you Pennsylvania, and I'll show you. We have so many facts and statistics, but you know what?
Okay, the
That
cops
doesn't
are
matter.
scrambled.
Because
You
we
should
have
have
to
a
solve
clear
the
with the
problem
truck.
that we have right now.
Don't
That's
work on
all
the
we
tank,
do.
people.
And the problem that we have
That
right now
crazy AI
is
doesn't
we
have
have
his
a
favorite toy,
nation
man.
in decline. And they have
Let's
put
hope he
it
doesn't do
water.
anything stupid.
I'm
Like
putting
blow us
beans.
all up.
die.
Put the water in my own boy.
President Harris
For what? I just don't like the conviction to follow laws. You know what I mean? What the pinky? No.
Super problems President Trump about this non-public election just weeks ago. He said, when I win, there's people who cheated, and then he lists donors, voters, election officials. He says will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, which will include long-term prison sentences. One of their campaign's top lawyers responded saying, we won't let Donald Trump intimidate us. We won't let
Okay, we got the package.
Is that what you believe?
Keep away from Clifford.
Donald Trump
Maybe
was
I hide from
fired by
you, still
April.
think when the bums start
So let's be
dropping.
clear about that. And clearly he is having a very difficult time processing that. We cannot afford to have a
Right,
president.
did you put that other water in my room? And that cheese needs to go on the refrigerator. You know what it would.
To upend the will of the voters in a free and fair election. And I'm going to tell you that I have traveled the world as Vice President of the United States, and your leaders are laughing at them. I have talked with military leaders, some of them were busy, and they said you're a disgrace. And when you then talk in this way, in a presidential debate and deny, but over and over again, he says you have lost because you did, in fact, lose that election.
So, I mean, take the chick in my room.
Years. We do not have in the candidate to my right the temperament or the ability to not be confused about facts or deeply troubling, and the American people deserve better.
I think I'm going to just let me just take our world leaders. Viktor Orban, one of the most respected men that they call a strong man. He's a tough person. Smart. Prime Minister of Hungary. They said, why is the whole world blowing up? 3 years ago, why is it blowing up? He said, because you need Trump back as president.
Alright, what's how many components? Lame.
China was afraid of him. North Korea was afraid of him. Look at what's going on with North Korea, by the way. He said Russia was afraid of them. I ended the Nord Stream to the pipeline, and Biden put it back on day one.
What are they talking about joining session? What does that mean? I mean, I know what it means, but
Ships build the pipeline going all over Europe and heading into Germany.
there's no. I don't even know why.
Like Biden.
Said the most respected, most feared person is Donald Trump. We had no problems when Trump was
Already played the story.
president.
The Ralph Jones. I was pretty sure about it.
Senator, you got no votes. You got 14 million votes. What you do? You talk about a threat to democracy. You got 14 million votes, and they throw him out of office. And you know what? I give you a little secret. He hates her. He can't stand her. But he got 14 million votes. They threw him out. She got 0 votes. And when she ran, she was the first one to leave because she failed. And now she's running. I don't understand it. Just again with it because
Your time
I
is up.
think we're going to do very well. We've got a lot more.
Right now, the Israel-Hamas war and the hostages were still being held Americans among them. Vice President Harris in December said, Israel has a right to defend itself, but an added point three members have. Said international humanitarian law must be respected. Israel must do more to protect innocent civilians. We said that 9 months ago. Now an estimated 40,000 Palestinians are dead. Torturing hostages remain. Just last week, Prime Minister mentioned that they said there's not a deal on America. President Biden has not been able to break through the stalemate. How will you do it?
So let's understand our time. October 7th, Hamas, a terrorist organization, slaughtered 1,200 Israelis. Many of them young people who were simply attending a concert. Women were horribly hurt. And so absolutely, I said then, I say now, Israel has a right to defend itself. We would. And how it does so matters. Because it is also true, far too many innocent Palestinians have been killed. Children, mothers. What we know is that this war must end. It must end immediately. And the way it will end is we need a ceasefire deal and we need the hostages out. And so we will continue to work around the clock on that.
work around the clock, also understanding that we must, of course, and in that,
So, if my calculations are correct, which they are, that one should be done, and I'll have to do it right. The only one that shouldn't be done is its bottom two. And jolly gee goodness, it is. And apparently I'm not registered as its boss, saying that of course it's the maximum here. So we're gonna have to go and find a new session. Yay. You call who it is, type.
so was out and prevent the killing of Americans and civilians in Gaza.
If I were president, it would have never started. If I were president, Russia would have never, ever, I know Putin very well, he would have never, and there was no threat of it either, by the way, for 4 years, have gone into Ukraine and killed millions of people and ran it up. Far worse than people understand what's going on over there. But when she mentions about Israel, all of a sudden, she hates Israel. Netanyahu, when he went to Congress to make a very important speech, she refused to do that because she was at a sorority party of hers. She wanted to go to the sorority party. She hates Israel. If she's president, I would hate that Israel will not exist within 2 years from now. And I've been pretty good at predictions, so I hope I'm wrong about that one. She hates Israel. At the same time, it will close the Arab population. Because the
Alright.
Down to a close.
Jewish
They would give her $5.
Israel
We'd be spread all over the picture. That's his girls.
Trump. Now Iran has $300 billion because they took off all the sanctions in Asia. Iran had no money for Hamas or Hezbollah or any of the 2,800 spears of terror. And they are spears of terror, horrible terror. They had no money.
Open the closet?
You covered it
What area was up in the closet?
for terror. They were, you know, now they're a rich nation. And now what they're doing is they're spreading that money around. Look at what's happening with the
Good boy.
settle and fast, and I'll get the rule including
That's talking about Israel and Palestine. I don't know what you're talking about.
Need to bring
Onboard
down
computer.
Hellbound's active jets. It'll have a frequency on the onboard computer we need to get inside its
Entire
missile
career
system,
and life
which we need
support
to do if we
now
want to destroy it. Okay,
you know,
crash
that
that thing however you
it's trying
can.
to again divide and distract from the reality.
It's crashing in military jets
I just keep telling myself it's
to
all gonna be
quote
worth it
unquote
if you
save
wipe the grin off
the
Avon's face
the
and
war of the
Clifford's,
world.
whatever neural networks have instead of bases, huh? Yeah, come on then. Let's get this done and find
That
him.
he said of Putin that he can do whatever the hell he wants in going to Ukraine. It is well known that he said when Russia went into Ukraine, it was brilliant. It is.
How did I do this last time? I don't remember. I think I just paid for it wrong.
The
I think it was just too much work. I should have gone on the other side of the road. In the way, pretty easy. I need to be up on the mountain. I took the wrong car. If I need to be up there, I should have took the freaking dude. That's crazy. Well, imagine I put off-road tires on a sports car. Oh, that would be so. That would be so helpful. I mean, it doesn't do anything here. Just ooh, off-road tires. You go like Is it on the outskirts or is it like above the mountain? Oh, I see it. I see it. Am I getting shot at?
And they are. They're grossly incompetent. and this is no question. Why is Biden going to kill the Keystone Pipeline and approve the single biggest deal that Russians ever made, Nord Stream 2, the biggest pipeline anywhere in the world, both in Germany and all of Europe? Because they're weak and they're ineffective. And Biden, by the way, has paid a lot of money.
Thank you, with a lot of issues to
That's so need to render. Oh, is this circling this one area? Oh, that's so good. Hold on.
You got paid a lot of money too.
That's actually good, I'm gonna lie. If it's circling this one area, that makes life so much easier. Drive up this hill. I knew you could do it. You have the horsepower. So unrealistic. L realism. Oh, where's the jet? It should be circling back, right? Got a window right now. Need to get up higher.
Other sauces.
No, with the quickness though, like
It's just the real people.
see it.
Still, no checking.
Matter of fact, can I just?
Coming now for a chance to win 4 years of free red lobster. It was not by you for all parties. And it's traditional.
Look at Red Lobster. Bangkok.
Oh my gosh!
That's a real.
We need to get up like over there, bro. Can you run faster? You ain't got nothing to do. You're not even running. You're just jogging. Why don't you put some pep in your step?
You got it. It's going
Whoa.
down. Follow the jet and wait for it to make a splash landing.
Oh, come on. This kind of works. I can't even run through that anyways, can I? No, I can't. I'll first can. I have no idea where the jet went. Is it actually in the water over there?
The jet's under there with the frequency on board. Dive down and collect the module from the cockpit.
Is it on the other side? Of course it is. I don't know. Actually, where is it? Oh no, it didn't. It's sun in the water. All right.
I got on the shelf today and I was CD-76. I don't know how I meant to C-78, C-74.
You want it like you rely on that.
Yeah.
It's sort of like all the season with a hill from our new.
Is it not right here? There's no way, bro. I'm so sick of this game. It's literally right here. Nothing's here. Not even there.
Oh, you've got the module. Bring it in.
Yeah,
When
for
our
just
plane
to win
broadcasts that
4 years
frequency,
of free
Avon's people
red
are going to
lobster.
think we're
It is
friendly.
more like to unite all parties.
Hello? Move.
It is a team to the sponsors asking.
Oh, you're going to move up. This should be a smooth, easy trip. That fan is a helicopter. Alright, see, that's what I get. Yeah, man. Count this all this not coming. What in the world? What is hit air? What in the flippity flop? Move.
Today, we're going to continue our monitoring for greater than 2.5 years. Into this conflict, Mr. President has been in the position of the body.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, you're not catching me.
And your sovereignty.
I like, what a passion. Hey, it's a fresh baked job.
Exactly. And now that's all very simple questions. Do you want rank?
I want the war to stop. I want to save lives. They're being uselessly being killed by the millions. It's the millions. It's so much worse than the numbers that you're getting with your fake numbers. But we're into 250 billion or more. Because they don't ask,
Yep,
which is a
gaining that distance.
good for 150 billion dollars. Because Biden and you don't have the courage to pass your
Why don't they have people on the ground? You think they would have people on the ground?
They don't like me as much as they like weak people. But you take a look at what's happening. They're into 250 to 275 million. They're into 100 to 150. They should be forced to equalize. With that being said, I want to get the war settled. I know Zelensky very well, and I know Putin very well. I have a good relationship, and they respect the president. Okay, they respect me. They don't respect Biden. Now we respect
The world's gonna end at some point, right?
He hasn't even been
We may as well delay that by a little bit of time and leave some money to spend while we wait. Let's get Avon.
Oh my goodness, I stuck the landing. 10 out of 10.
Whenever we relax, I try to avoid direct sunshine, actually.
That war would never happen. And in fact, when I saw
Okay, you know, that was kind of clean. You can't even lie, that was kind of clean. No law, no time, no life, you don't go I need for us. And when she's gonna be on it, come on.
stop it. And now you have millions of people dead, and it's only
Okay,
getting
that's
worse,
what we
and it
need.
could lead to
If
World
you're
War
ready for a
III.
bombing run
Don't
on
get
Avon's
yourself
missile
David.
sites, you
We're
know where to
playing World
go.
War III.
Yeah, I'm not ready yet. Because apparently, I don't have body armor. It's crazy, because yesterday, I already spent, 25 minutes buying ammo, rockets, grenades, tear gas, different weapon mods, and body armor. That was the first thing I actually bought. Super heavy. Wait, he didn't say I bought anything. Oh, my money reset from Garnish. Okay. Pretty sure I was still in the millions, but it was kind of lower than lost.
I believe Donald Trump says that this war would be over within 24 hours because he would just give it
And then it was Tosh calling me. That's crazy. My fault again. I didn't mean to do that. That's on me. Cash grab. You already know how I need. 35 money chain on my. Oh yeah. You can just go ahead and say it. I'm a Dougie Parker. No Peter. Peter. I barely know her.
days later. Tomatoes each
Wait, just caught back and kicked the kickers after me.
and two.
I don't know if that one is absolutely an aggressive thing to say.
Fucking hell!
Our support because of the air defense, the ammunition, the artillery.
And then they got like shotguns.
Piece of shit.
That's it.
Nice.
And If Donald Trump were president, I'll be sitting with you right now. And understand what that would mean, because Putin's agenda is not just about Ukraine. Understand why the European allies and our
That's crazy.
are so thankful that you are no longer president and that we
What?
Drop it! You hunk of shit.
fail. And what we have done to preserve the ability of Zelensky and Ukraine.
Run up on him and hit him with a
Motherfucker.
yeah.
I need you to fucking
Right
die
here in
now.
Pennsylvania. A big
Matter of fact,
dictator will eat me for lunch.
The loss will fuck you up.
It wasn't right tonight.
go ahead.
Understand?
Please.
So, please, I'll give you a minute
Here
here.
we go. Attaboy.
And he would have lost
Inhale and exhale. Ease that in, brother.
sitting in Moscow. What's happening with him is your thing.
72, 68, 82. 72, 68, 83.
Down here, thinks about that.
72, 82, 83.
This happens.
72, 68, 83. Sad evening love for me.
Excellent. Because every
Earth is the still in
that said the wrong things. That war should have never started. She was the emissary. They sent her in to negotiate.
Alright.
And she did. And the war started 3 days later. And that's the kind of talent we have with her. She's worse than Biden. In my opinion, I think he's the worst president in the history of our country. She goes down as the worst vice president in the history of our country. But let me tell you something. She is a horrible negotiator. They sent her in to negotiate the subject they left. In the invasion.
But it was one thing. You bring out something. Said she needs to make sure you Have you ever met Vladimir Putin and played a bunch of them?
Yet again, I said it, they did under martialized. And that isn't. When I went to meet with President Zelensky, I met with him over 5 times. The reality is, it has been about standing as America always should, as a leader upholding international rules and norms, as a leader who shows strength, understanding that the alliances we have around the world are dependent on our ability to look out for our friends and not favor our enemies because you adore strongmen instead of caring about democracy. And that is very much what is at stake here. The President of the United States is Commander-in-Chief, and the American people have a right to rely on a president who understands the significance of America's role and responsibility in terms of ensuring that there is stability and ensuring we stand up for our principles and not have them for the benefit.
Ask a guy who got pumped with lead, are you shot, bro?
First off,
Nah, you should take it in that.
It's the amazing thing I've ever seen. He got these countries, the 28 countries at the time, to
Nah, he's just in that forever sleep.
form NATO, who will be withdrawn from European nations, both on trade and on NATO. I got them to pay up by saying one of the statements you made before. If you don't pay, we're not going to protect you. Otherwise, I'm never got it. He said it was one of the most incredible jobs that he's ever seen done.
thanks to Elijah for Afghanistan. It came up in the first hour of the team, and he witnessed a point to encounter that one of the soldiers who died in KRM fall from Afghanistan. I do want to ask the next question. Do you believe there any responsibility for that fall from that?
Well, I will tell you, I agree with President Biden's decision to pull out of Afghanistan. 4 presidents.
Alright.
As a result, America's taxpayers are not paying the $300 million a day we were paying for that endless war. And as of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war
Portable
zone
stocking
around the world,
power.
first time in a century. But let's understand how we got to where we are. Donald Trump, when he was president, negotiated one of the weakest deals you can imagine. He called himself a deal maker. Even his national
Yeah, pretty
security
much
advisor said it was a weak, terrible deal. And here's how it went down. He bypassed the Afghan government. He negotiated directly with a terrorist organization called the Taliban. The negotiation involved the Taliban getting 5,000 terrorists,
then.
Taliban terrorists released. And get this, get this. And the president at the time invited the Taliban to Camp David,
Only carries the
a
best.
place of storied significance for us as Americans, a
check 'em
place
out.
where we honor
Excellent choice.
the importance of American diplomacy, where we invite and receive respected world leaders. And this former president, past president, invited them to Camp David because he does not again appreciate the role and responsibility of the presidency.
Draco with the drum mag? Draco with the drum mag.
Identity, members of our military, and the work that we must do to uphold the
Let me
strength
know if you need
and
any
the
help.
respect of the United States.
With the drum mag. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, thank you, Nathan. So, if you take a look at that period of time, the Taliban was killing our soldiers, a lot of them, with snipers. And I got involved with the Taliban. Because the Taliban is going to kill. That's the fighting force within Afghanistan. They don't bother doing that because they deal with the wrong people all the time. But I got involved. And after
Right. That's already what the flippy fault? No fault. No fault. That's all. No fault. I didn't mean to say that one. I didn't mean big L. That's something. My fault.
for 8
Catch grab. My fault. Catch grab. My fault.
You put it out faster than that, but you put it less yourself.
I was not paying attention at all. Honestly, no, that one's on me. That one's for real on me. Look, no. You see, no. What's not gonna happen is you're not gonna flick me off, okay? And then try and drive away. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna pull you out of your car. No. No. What the?
Fuck me.
Great. So somehow confident she
What's gonna happen is
Oh
gonna
my
pull you out of your car, okay?
Whoa.
And you're gonna get beat with this baton. Where'd he go?
Holy shit.
No, come here.
Oh,
And then she wants me to go.
Do what you see fit.
Come on.
It's appropriate to weigh in the racial identity of your opponent.
don't, and I don't care. I don't care what yours. I don't care.
Because you saw me turning, alright? What you're not gonna do. It's fun now, everybody. Yep. Go ahead.
I'll say that. And then I read that she was black.
Just run him over. There we go.
Honestly, I think it's a tragedy.
Hold on, let me.
The president who has consistently, over the course of his career,
I'm the
attempted to use
worst
race to divide the American people.
Look, y'all need to just get out of it. Yeah.
This kind of approach that is just constantly trying to divide us, and especially by race. And let's remember how Donald Trump started. He was a land, he owned land, he owned buildings, and he was investigated because
You're
he
fucking dead.
refused to rent property to black families.
Colorful language. Are you serious? The cops?
Cocksucker. Ain't no way out.
Constitution.
No, I have to kill these guys real quick.
I'ma fuck you up.
Because that's the sense of my father. Took out a full paycheck.
Yeah. Whoa. Why is the music keep coming on?
American people want better than that. Want better than this. Want someone who understands as I do. I travel our country. We see in each other a friend. We see in each other a neighbor. We don't want a leader who's constantly
No, mine stop. Yeah.
all the time. Tell me, can we please just have
That big side?
she was in a dream statement? Knowing that regardless of people who
No, I
keep
don't fuck with it.
Christians and president, test in those, not in the individual.
President Trump, this is now your third time.
Just extra money on, you know? Just give me my money. Give me my money. Are you serious?
I'm just saying. I've got many people.
I was gonna say something crazy. That's what was been crazy too. Alright, and then that was the most overreacting wanna be like she's not even dead. She just screamed. Her car is still going.
It's nothing. I know one of the greatest.
It's not if I shot you. Then what is that? Then that would be a reaction. You know, stab me. You know, stab now. They don't like that when you get stabbed. That's for like blonde people. Blonde white people. What? Never mind. What if it flies out the car? No, my God.
Clearly, I am not Joe Biden, and I am certainly not Donald Trump. And what I do offer is a new generation of leadership for our country. One who believes in what is possible, one who brings a sense of optimism
Okay,
to I believe in what we can do to strengthen our small businesses, which is why I have a plan. Let's talk about our plans and let's compare the plans. I have a plan to give startup businesses $50,000 tax deduction to pursue their ambitions, their innovation, their ideas, their hard work. I have a plan, $6,000 for young families for the first year of their child's life to help you in that most critical stage of your child's development. I have a plan that is about allowing people to be able to pursue what has been fleeting in terms of the American dream by offering help with down payment of $25,000 down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. That's the kind of conversation I believe, Jamie, that people really want tonight, as opposed to a conversation that is constantly about your belittling and name calling. That's the term that
Let's turn it on.
To defund the police, she has a
You
plan.
start touching my head. It's a singing, goes on. I want to hear it all where I am. Just listening, very strong. The red falls to the oh, Thank you. Tell me, Dominic Toretto, why I be spoken to these names.
It's not perfect today. And what I said,
Call me Paul Walker. The way I be speaking on the highway. Alright, okay, this is not Tokyo Drift. Nothing.
Change. They moved up for it. Because they moved up to change.
It's never my fault, like, the situation. Yep, and that's why they don't call me on. That's why. That right there.
Or do I let it rot? And I felt I had an obligation, even though politically it looked good, to just let it rot and let it go where it is. I decided, and I told my people, the top people, and they're very good people, I like good people in this administration. The best.
So, red lights are for rule followers.
Save it and make it as good as it can be.
Not a rule follower. We're great.
And I saved it. I did the
They
work.
call me a breaker for a reason.
It's too expensive for people. And what we will do is we're looking at different plans. If we can come up with a plan that's going to cost our people, our population, less money and be better
I
health,
wonder where that moth game that's very profitable is.
as good as it can be run.
So just to answer, I still do not have a plan.
That's sponsored side plan.
No.
I'm not president right
I
now.
don't know.
Why am I gun out?
Where you from, mister?
Hey, what you say? It's not joking, I'm joking. I mean, I can kill y'all all right now.
To do that and look here about it and
Yo, we just-
So 2017, we supported the Assembly's proposal to do away with private insurance through the federally run healthcare system. 2 years later, he proposed a plan that included the private insurance.
Here we go.
That's bad.
There's so many stuff.
Fortunately, for you, Vice President, private healthcare option, but what we need to do is maintain and grow the affordable care. But I'll get to that, Lindsay. I just need to respond to a previous point that the former president said. I've made very clear my position on fracking, and then this business about taking everyone's guns away. Joe Moss and I are both done. It's not taking anybody's guns. That's relates to the Affordable Care Act. Understand, but just look at the history of the number of people stand. When Donald Trump was president,
No, she is.
at the time, and I would never forget the early morning hours when it was outbreak of the United States Senate, and with the great John McCain, who you have disparaged as being, we don't like him dead at the time because he got caught. He was an American hero. Great John McCain, I'll never forget that night. Walked onto the Senate floor and said, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't get rid of the Affordable Care Act. You have no plan. And what the Affordable Care Act has done is eliminate the ability of insurance companies to deny people with pre-existing conditions. I don't have to tell people watching tonight, you remember what that was like? Remember when an insurance company could deny? If a grandparent had died, and thankfully, as I've been vice president and we over the last 4 years have strengthened the Affordable Care Act, we have allowed for the first time Medicare to negotiate drug prices on behalf of you, the American people. Donald Trump said he was going to allow Medicare to negotiate drug prices. He never did. We did. And now we have capped the cost of insulin at $35 a month. Since I've been vice president, we have capped the cost of prescription medication for seniors at $2,000 a year. And
I'm sorry. Where am I? What are with these random spawn locations? Spawn me in my facility.
to strengthen the Affordable Care Act, not get rid of it.
Spawn me where I'm supposed to be. Why am I on the side of a mountain?
John McCain fought Obamacare for 10 years. It wasn't only him, it was all the Democrats that kept it going. And you know what? We can do much better than Obamacare, much less money. But she will improve private insurance for people, private medical insurance. That's another thing she doesn't want.
I don't care.
Insurance. And it won't fall as major money, and they won't have work. She wants everybody to be on government insurance. We have 6 months for an operation that
You need me to probably. I said private. I will in my pistol cocked it back in silence. So I put driving down to the floor. Yeah, you guys did, guys. You got my little you guys you're afraid to die. I told them it's too late, my friends. I'm just a despise. And he died inside my armor. Oh my god. Oh girl, no more there. AK-47 that thing with gloves and Audi. That's what I need to add. That's what I need to add. Why does this keep bending?
The victim of what that means in terms of losing their home, having to
Look, I'm taking 24 hours.
controlling government. The clean energy economy, while we have also increased domestic gas production to historic levels. We have created over 800,000 new manufacturing jobs while I have been vice president. We have invested in clean energy to the point that we are opening up factories around the world. Donald Trump said he's going to create manufacturing jobs. He lost manufacturing jobs. And I'm also proud to have the endorsement of the United Auto Workers and Sean Fain, who also know that part of those things.
I moved up. Your mom and I'm in the same exact spot I was when I got here. You honk at me, I'm blowing up your car.
Or I will get out and make you goddamn move.
I didn't have to move the dump truck. Let me just tell you, they lost 10,000 manufacturing jobs this last month.
Don't you ever in your life.
To go.
And of course, I just so happen to be in the same spot.
Oh shit!
Keep it pushing, Bucko. That's the one what Grandpa had.
So it's going so they can't come in.
Okay. It's only $400.
You know, and they want to work, whether it's in Detroit or South Carolina or any other place. What they've done to business and manufacturing in this country is horrible. Yeah, nothing for us. They refuse. Well, that's important for people because supposedly China paid billions of dollars. He's afraid to inhabit his son. And they all this money can be framed. They get all this money from all of these different countries. And then you wonder, why is he selling this still backward? You're telling China. Why is it? Why did he get $3.5 billion from the bank of Moscow's money? Why did
No.
This is a crooked administration, and they're selling our country down the tubes. President Trump, thank you.
Looking right backwards, those are statements for both of our candidates in the historic night this ABC News presidential debate from Philadelphia.
Presidential debate will continue after this.
Flip it.
Go on. It's a roll.
Well, it's not.
Nah. The barista said, yeah, he's not.
Chair Day 2024.
He said,
Red Lobster's business.
he's already
Alyssa Thrive. So come in then. Just with win family from
I'll be same as mom. I'll be scared too. Someone just like a dog.
Some commercials that they had. What's that? Or 3.
I'm actually going to put somebody's going to get punched. I don't know who's going to get. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Everyone's playing somebody. I said somebody need to get punched. I don't know who's going to get punched. They teleported me inside my facility.
This morning, we used to detect motion with faster emergency response.
Look at these.
What do you need?
All hours
Snacks. Easy.
Faster.
I know how that sounded. I know how that sounded. That's not bad, but in games now.
Like simply say.
I mean, I told you, I did tell you I was streaming, and you just, you in one ear out the other. So,
Oh, is that why that thing pops up and says limit? That thing that popped up again about too many screaming. No, that's probably somebody was on the same, like it was a lot of stuff and felt like she had the game I forget Oh, she does. Okay, that was the day of the game.
whoa. Hold on, let me turn off. Because I don't know why copyright is on. Why copyright music on? Is.
Yeah, and so that's why I didn't, what they was late, I decided to do it, what, not be more like, I mean, it was the last, they could make the crowd watch it on. They watch it, but this YouTube, right? Yeah, but it's not on the same channel. Like the game that we were watching, it was on the same. Everybody was watching on the same channel. Yeah. Everybody calm down.
Alright, good.
Hey, oh, they bought one thing. Come on, let's see it. I need to
There's only 4 people currently in my session. 4. GG's. 6.
Get lost. Doing that. It's the lowest. It's a. You don't know. You can't have been holiday on holiday. The salad that I want Southeast side of the studio, second time, right here on ABC. They're a piece of time. I would vote for a room. Sit your. Where I raised my whole score. We cuffed around people. You think they would feel pretty well. You can come in. Why they were first. You're faking the truth.
So it don't take but an hour. It was a thing of good. Well, that's man, such a thing the house. I mean, yeah, it kind of was like this night.
He's just in a bad situation right now, and he's trying to get out of it. What? The one person in mind is insane.
Live from it. Sure.
You're in
Philadelphia. That's all it is.
So I think you've heard tonight 2 very different visions for our country. One that is focused on the future, and the other that is focused on the past, and an attempt to take us backward. But we're not going back. And I do believe that the American people know we all have so much fun on that separates us. And we can chart a new way of growth. And a vision of that includes having a plan, understanding
They don't know them.
the ambition of the American people, which is why I intend to create an opportunity economy, investing in small businesses, in new families, and what we can do about protecting seniors. What we can do that is about giving hardworking folks a break.
What's pumping? It's purple. The birthstone.
That is about the standing of the world and ensuring that we have the respect that we so rightly deserve, including
Oh, yeah.
respecting our military and ensuring we have
It's not. On the thing.
Rose.
dear to the Attorney General, the United States Senate, and the Vice President. Always at one time, the people. And I'll tell you, as a prosecutor, I've never asked a victim or a witness, are you a Republican or a Democrat?
You know, I'm supposed
Are you okay?
$1 my name.
And that
It's
it's about you.
None.
It has 20 years to build back up our children right now, and you can be American people.
Exactly. It be.
And she's gonna do this, she's gonna do that, she's gonna do all these wonderful things. Why? Because then she doesn't. Great. During fix the borders, they've had 3.5 years to get jobs, not on sleep on.
She was vice president, but
Done it. Do you know how fast for the jobs? That everyone together and do anything. They would have shit out of that. Not going to run. I said, you want the same session? The very escape or something. Trying to stop it. I don't know what they was like. That's what it's like. People are going to take off. So they're not going to do strength. None of those set are going to make this shit. I was saying, that's for things. Then 1 year they were back to get
Oh my
plans.
goodness.
John sacrificed on training. Also, a second bad vengeance. I like this was more simple than the shit. Just like if my son there's shit that are there, and that look at the issue that's the serious decline. For being laughed at all over the world. All over the world. I don't know everyone that I think this scene they called me. We're laughed at all over the world. They don't understand what that is and make shit.
All right, we're gonna try this one more time. Honestly, y'all can keep falling. You don't want to know why? So I'm cutting you up so you can never be used again because I have no idea where the remote. So, follow. Just snip F's to come. Hey, little pieces. Nobody will remember these.
People have done to our country and made the toughest of walls and allowing millions of people
I have to find a stupid remote. If I could find this remote, my life was so happy.
why is it?
Your son on the couch.
Yes.
Presidential debate, but here in Philadelphia, the National Institution Center. I was doing this.
Thank you for watching here in the U.S. and all over the world. Oh, sir.
Got one. We got one. We need like 2 more because yes, sir. Okay. I hope this 36 knows what he's doing. Okay, we got a 90. You know, 90.
And he goes to her husband, and he goes to his.
I'm just going to answer I want to Memphis doctor. What if they hold him? Their worst makes a spot. All reporters that lost them.
I'm out up to here.
Some of the allegations going back and forth to factual.
Okay. Of course. And then the 36 crashed. Oh, no, we're guys.
That's what.
Boy. What are you doing? He knows what he's doing. What's
And then she fits her name.
Hold up. Come on, bro. I'm in there. Okay, some else. I mean,
Since 4 minutes, I've been talking, going from very serious at getting never listen to just really yelling at some points, trying to make this point.
I'll go back first. He has a switch. Yes, switch.
Tell her that's someone.
Despite those questions over and over again, but what we had is that opportunity to have Kamala Harris beating him again and again and again. The microphones were muted when they weren't speaking. The many times she didn't need a microphone. Once Donald Trump gets mad, that scowls through things.
And, John, we were all talking leading up to this about how this would go, what Donald Trump would see. I think he had a plan, talking about what he saw as an next term. Was talking about rumors about people eating their neighbors' pets. So he really
There's really explains questions. I should follow some things. One of the news is Donald Trump really was not effective in bringing the debate to work. I agree. I
Going
think
back to
that
the
he
Sandy
was
Shores airfield,
not just
the one we
angry,
took off
but
Avon.
also
Oh yeah, I thought you were gonna be last.
in contrast, Harris, who again, much the world doesn't know.
Avon is preparing for war, all right? I'm not prejudiced. You folks can war all they like. I read about it online and frown.
And that is certainly not a
the
good
gas
thing.
depot
And I can tell you
operation
the
is
Harris
really
campaign
bothering me.
feels
But the
very good.
government is
They
paying
had
us
a
to
very
stop
strong,
this
but she
particular
wasn't
war.
in
So
this
let's maybe do
president.
that,
So
before it gets really heavy.
to hold Donald Trump accountable for his actions. And that's the whole point. Put Donald Trump on record under a light.
I just knew it, bro. I was like, I just knew it.
I managed to secure its usage of a Volado jet to bond them to credit.
Yes, she
Those
goes
frequencies of Avons you grabbed are
many
installed
times
on
Donald
board.
Trump has it, but she also talks directly to Liberty.
It's like, what's up to me? What did bro do? Hates me.
She stuff. Yeah, well, look.
Probably third in the line. I don't want to say a bad thing. Great daddy. Like, I will do everything in my power to stop you guys from Lincoln. To get to me, guys. I will blow up everything. Just so I get this before. Oh no, I'm gonna get that before. No, I'm here.
What his allies and his advisors did not want to see. I can tell you, I do not think that part of Donald Trump's debate cut was people eating dogs in Springfield, those are great rally sizes. They wanted him to stay focused on issues, especially the one that he has an edge on Harris, economy and immigration.
I mean, you get one of Donald Trump's question, balance. But that was something else. One that you have.
I have with us right now, Governor Tim
Coming up on
Walz,
the airfield.
Democratic Vice
Lucky we
President
got
from
this
Canada.
trip. We went from the
Welcome,
garage
Governor
SUV
Walz.
out
How
to
do you
the
feel? What's
location
your
to run
reaction?
this up from. It was lucky we had someone to do it.
I freaking pressed the wrong button.
You there? Okay. Get in your plane, take off, and get
So if you saw
bombing.
President for all
Broadcasting
American
Avon's air
Kamala
frequency,
Harris,
so
you saw the confidence, you saw the vision, you saw the poise, and you saw the compassion for people. I understand she spoke about an economy that moves us forward, moves all of us forward. That's it.
Well,
She continued to lay that out.
I can't move.
Small businesses are making home ownership easier. On the other side, you saw a nearly 80-year-old Donald Trump angry on the edge, as you've been discussing, talking about things that are deeply concerning because they make no impact on the American public. He shouldn't be anywhere near the White House. And I have to tell you, if it weren't so dangerous,
I can't move. What in the world? I actually can't move. But this is beyond us. Something else.
people, that's the way the country wants to see our politics be. She laid it out clearly.
You get up the car. You get up the. Hello.
I'm going to ask you, she did not answer questions on abortion questions. She never really answered that question. Can you clear that up? Where there's false tickets is?
Oh my god. Oh, I'm fixing to punch everything.
Saw this in there, and him pushing back to the state, she's exact like a man in Texas. Everybody saw his skills in Chicago. You're not needing that.
All I did was kick it once. All I did was kick it once.
Untrue. The theory of this is wrong. When you have road protections in place for women to make their own decisions with their health care providers, not Donald Trump.
Okay, thanks.
At one time, the car just. Who just? I don't know.
Donald Trump's wife joining us now. Senator Vance, thank you for joining us.
I don't know.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
All right.
So I want to get to one part of the debate when we
And then, as you can see,
a national abortion ban,
He didn't answer the question suggested, I guess they were one.
I get controversy.
He just point back to you, in fact, said not that long ago that he wanted, a national abortion ban. Can you explain the mix up?
Well, I think the president's been very clear that he doesn't want a national abortion ban. I think in some ways he finds the question a little bit ridiculous because why are we asking about legislation that's never going to actually happen, and why he would veto it or not veto it when he says very explicitly that he doesn't support a national abortion ban and he wants these policies to be made by the states. But I think there's a deeper and more important issue here in this debate, which is that you had Kamala Harris effectively echoing platitude after platitude after platitude. The American people can't pay their grocery bills on platitudes. They can't put their kids in a house on platitudes. And
Finally.
to say, but very little actual substance. Well, House is going to lower grocery prices, secure the border, and make housing more affordable in this country. She's the vice president for 3 years. She can't run on her record, and she apparently can't run on much of her plans either because it's just a lot of slogans and not a whole lot of substance.
But Senator Rich, why did he just say that?
All right, I'm flying this thing for the first time ever. Everybody's in. And I can't move.
I think that it's so preposterous. The media focused so much on an issue where Donald Trump has been crystal clear and not the fact.
I'm actually gonna move my arms. This is actually stupid. I can't move.
Simple.
You don't call me your fault. You buy the word.
It's on issues like Donald Trump's. They're not talking nearly enough. This debate didn't talk nearly enough.
Bro, what in the what?
Struggling because they can't.
I'm so dumb. I actually can't. I can't move.
Take over the southern border. This legislation.
I'm done. I'm done.
And we could do so much better if we just had better leadership. We've got the best.
Sorry, you don't understand how done I am.
Resources, but Kamala Harris's leadership.
There we go.
This benefits one that's such a Donald Trump.
The wheels aren't even there.
Payload capabilities, carpet bombing, 2 remote guns, stealth tech, and
That's
the
why
ghost frequency. It will
Let me
rain
ask you about this
hellfire if
very
you let it.
quickly. I've heard Donald Trump
Brain
before this
Clifford, what a
debate
real pilot
describe
can
Kamala
do.
Harris as low IQ. Somebody who doesn't have the mental capacity.
Which one was the E? It wasn't F.
Okay, you'll be coming up on the SAMs Bogdan was talking
John,
about.
I saw
Surface to
all
air
the
missile
slogans. I think
sites
the
with
American people
multiple
are
choppers
smart, and
protecting
Kamala
them.
Harris.
Dang, what was the button?
Those are your targets, people.
She repeats
That's
these.
what we're paying
What was the
you
button?
for. Strike.
That's the thing.
Oh, what was the button? Oh, what was the button? Oh, what's the button?
Vice president for 3.5 years. What she can't do, refuses to do, has no ability to do, is to say, I accomplished lower prices because she didn't. Well, I accomplished lower prices.
He's the vice president.
Oh, what was the button? I forgot what the button was. What's one thing? I wasn't on one thing.
No, the answer is yes. Now you could move us again. And actually,
So I just
so plain. You can have all the fun in the world. That's like being the bridesmaid and not the bride.
Bro, what was it J? I feel like bro, what honestly I'm so stupid. What was the button? I feel like it was 8.
It will mean when I become the bride, I'll be going to do that. Yeah. So, I mean, that is so stupid. No.
Fuck their families.
I'd rather be sort of
The thing's not opening. It's not open. It's actually not open. It's actually not open.
I'll tell you one more time.
Yeah. That'd be game. That'd be game. So here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm done here. I'm done. I'm done. I'm actually done.